So, John, what's the most you've embarrassed yourself in front of an audience?
Well, back when I was a good young Catholic boy in school, I
don't like where this is going already.
this story gets dark now. I was an altar boy.
Okay.
Do you know what an altar boy is?
No.
It basically involves going to mass, dressing in like a long flowing white robe.
Mm-hmm.
I was about maybe 10 or 11 years old, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And you wear these long white robes and you basically sit on the altar and you just do things with the priest. Not in that sense. Like, you hand them stuff.
Okay.
You hand them stuff and
Sure.
you have to do little parts of this. It's all very ceremonial. Have you been to a Catholic mass before?
No, but I'm imagining that you're essentially like a surgeon's assistant, where the priest is just like, Bible, there's your Bible, candle,
Pretty
candle.
much, yeah. You hand them like the bread and the the body of Christ and the blood of Christ, all that kind of stuff. Funerals were the best because you got to do loads. You got to like walk around with the incense on a big stick. Oh, you felt so important.
Okay. So
one time, it was, I believe it was a Sunday mass, so it was a packed out crowd.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a part of the service where the priest is delivering the Our Father, which is the big number one greatest Catholic hit prayer of all time. So he's doing the very solemn Our Father. We're kneeling down in front of the altar, and in certain points we have to stand up and ring a bell and then kneel back down again.
Mm-hmm.
And it happens like maybe 3 or 4 times in the course of the prayer.
Mm-hmm.
It's like doing calisthenics or something. It's like leg day. I was young, it was fine. But anyway, on this occasion, so it's full mass, very solemn. He's doing the Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, and then I have to stand up and ring the bell, ding 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 ding. It's silent as well because the church.
Mm-hmm.
Kneel back down.
Mm.
Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. Ding 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 ding. Kneel back down. On earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Stand up. My trainer got caught in the back of my robes, and I literally face planted the altar. Like, I just went.
Oh god!
And then it's like audible gasps from like all the old women. Like, and then I tried to like quickly recover and jump and get back up again. And I tried to recover too quickly before I'd extracted my foot from the robes. So I then just went over again and face planted the altar twice in a row. And then all I could hear was scandalised whispering and the sound of my mother like collapsing into tears of laughter.
Oh god.
Yeah, that's probably why I'm going to hell.
Oh, okay. Well,
that was the end of my Catholicism.
I mean, listeners, I don't know if you're on my side with this, but I hope that during our 100th episode we have some kind of similar incident.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope you don't hurt yourself, but I hope you embarrass yourself nice and big.
Have you involved a ringing of the bells section that we're not talked about?
I've got a surprise for you, John. That priest is here today.
I'd be surprised if he was still alive.
Okay, sure.
Sure.
But anyway, without any further ado, here is our 100th episode live from the Chemic Tavern, where we'll be doing E.T. So please enjoy.
Some films are fine just the way they are. Other films sometimes take it way too far. But really, how could it get? Let's go beyond the box set.
Oh, we got a singer over there.
Singer.
Yay!
Woo. Fantastic. Yeah.
Welcome everybody to Beyond the Box Set, episode 100 live.
Yeah. Exciting.
That's the kind of energy I wanted. Thank everybody for coming.
Yes.
So firstly, who here has listened to Beyond the Box Set before?
Well, don't raise your hands. That doesn't really translate in this medium.
Yeah. Have you been on a podcast before? Probably not. No. Who here has not listened to Beyond the Box Set before?
Oh, now you find your voices.
There was a sea of hands before. There was a sea of hands, as far as the eye could see.
Yeah. And who here does not know what Beyond the Box Set is? Wow, really?
Okay,
cool.
That's good. Everyone's been briefed.
Strange, all right. Okay. For listeners at home who do not know, Beyond the Box Set is a podcast where me and John pitch prequels, sequels, and spin-offs to films that don't have any. So, hello, John.
Hello, Harry.
Hello. This is our 100th episode, so we're quite excited about it. And to help us not screw up on stage, essentially, we have the comedians Liam and Sam.
Hello, my name's Liam Kenrick.
And I'm Sam Miller, and together we are
Kenrick and Miller. Very nice to meet you all, yeah.
Hello. Oh, that sounded rehearsed.
Yeah, well,
this is not our first rodeo.
That's how I greet my parents now.
It's hard when I'm not there.
It's just a space. It's a hello, I'm Liam Kenrick.
Nothing, it's not.
and wait for hours.
So for our 100th episode, we decided we wanted to do a nice big film, a classic, and it's E.T.
Extra Terrestrial.
The Extra Terrestrial. So we've all seen it.
Yeah,
we have.
So I guess we should start by just talking about our own kind of things with this film. So Harry, what did you think of E.T.?
That's a broad question. It's fine, I guess. I expected to love it a lot more than expected because it's just such a classic, and it's, I guess, made Steven Spielberg what he is now. Like his production company is that logo of E.T. flying in front of the moon. I thought this film was fine.
Yeah. Had you seen it before?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I watched it again and got a little bored. But anyway.
Oh,
yeah, sorry guys, sorry, but that's me. That's what I do.
Yeah, that's okay. That's
He chose it. He chose something he describes as fine.
100 episodes.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah. And you guys, have you seen E.T. recently?
we actually watched it together.
We did.
Yeah,
watched it
we
together.
hung out.
We got wrapped up in a duvet.
Yeah, we tried to think of something funny about it, but
It was a lot longer than I remembered it being.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
We'll get comfy because we're going to show the whole thing.
Great.
it's got some good moments though.
It has. It's
yeah.
it's
and it
very
feels like
pretty.
it's got a really strong sort of ethical message underneath it as well. It's firmly anti-pollution.
Oh yeah, no,
Because
massively
The
anti-pollution.
whole film is so foggy. It's so foggy.
yeah,
And
yeah,
there's so much wasted plastic as well.
Oh, it's crazy.
It's crazy.
Like nobody ever thinks about the environmental impact of alien races visiting our planets, but they're not burning like.
Yeah, so it's a sort of anti-alien, pro-environment film, and I love that.
Never really thought of it that way, but yeah, sure.
Well, what are they doing on the planet anyway? Fly tipping.
That was the question. What is E.T.'s mission? Why is
Nobody
Yeah.
knows. Nobody knows. We got hands up.
No, that's his mission when he gets lost.
Somebody in the
planet.
audience put
You
their
in the
hand
back?
up.
What do you think?
Their mission is their botanists.
Okay.
They are nude space botanists.
If I'm not allowed to take a frog to Australia, they're not allowed to take plants to my planet. Surely that's going to have like massive repercussions on our
On our biosphere.
Doesn't it make
It's an alien plant.
Doesn't it make more sense if they were coming to dump used toilets and mattresses that they don't need anymore?
Well, I think they might be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, more realistic.
Yeah. So I've gathered a few clips tonight for this show. Well, the first one is actually the first clip on is when the aliens do land and when E.T. gets stranded. So we'll show you that now, and because I think there might be some fly tipping and pollution involved in this.
Look at how foggy that is.
Really foggy because of the spaceship.
There's so much smoke in the air. Yeah.
There they are. They all had a Groupon.
I
botany trip. It's not the last time you'll see that finger.
Oh God.
Oh yeah, so this is the inside of the. I didn't realise until watching this time. This is inside the spaceship, I guess.
Oh, is it? I thought it was in the forest.
Because I was so confused when it got to the steaming turd mushrooms, which we're about to see.
Yeah. Look at all of these mushrooms everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God.
See, mushroom or poo? It's the eternal question. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then this thing. There's an ent. There's an ent on their spaceship.
There's an ent on the spaceship.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right.
What you didn't see was them, lugging the mattress out halfway through.
They didn't, because what originally happened was they were just supposed to be flying by and dropping it out the window, but it didn't get through the window in time, so they had to land to actually fully push it out.
Well, I think they had the mattress halfway out, but then they get discovered.
Oh yeah,
Because then we get to the next clip. We get the crotch torches. A bunch of ambulatory crotches with torches start chasing them. There we go. Here they come.
They've all stepped in the same puddle.
Yeah. And denim crotch. And more denim crotch.
There's another denim crotch. Loud keys.
Lots of denim crotch action in this movie. I did notice this time.
Just weird things in movies.
Twas the 80s.
Oh. When did you first watch this?
I don't know, in the 80s probably.
And you weren't looking out for denim crotches?
My own denim crotch action at that time was strong. Oh, the torches are out. And he's off.
He's got an awful scream, doesn't he?
He's a fast mover though, look at him.
Yeah.
You wouldn't think to look at him.
Yeah, considering that the actor inside him was just a legless child.
Look at him go!
With his weird drowned cat scream as he runs through the bushes.
And then that's it, he's stranded on Earth.
stranded on Earth.
Our little nude horticulturist will have to get his money back.
Do you know when baby turtles are born, and they hatch out of the ground, and
you know how the city lights are confusing them, and they're going the wrong way instead of going towards the ocean, and then they get run over. That's what's happening to E.T.
Yeah,
the same thing. Yeah, the light pollution. Light pollution.
Yeah, it would make way more sense.
Maybe.
If E.T. did wear a shell, that would look quite sort of just normal. It would, yeah.
People would be way more accepting of his weird face if he wore a turtle shell the entire time. They just think, oh, it's Yoshi. Yeah, there he is. Jumping around.
Yeah. And then he ends up living with his mate Elliot, doesn't he? Who's our kind of hero of this movie. I did have some questions about where do you think Elliot's supposed to live? Because I do have a picture. It's not a clip. If you go to the next clip, yeah. You're talking about that nice garden scene. If you look at it, like he lives outside an actual cornfield. His house backs onto a cornfield.
Because there's that. Doesn't he run through?
He runs into the cornfield.
Yeah. Cornfield.
Yeah.
I mean, he lives on the edge of town.
Like is Drew Barrymore in this film a young Theresa May? Is that the plot twist?
Well, Theresa May first saw this film and she went, "Well, that's what all young kids do. That's what they do."
Like the sequel is.
Well, hold your horses. We'll get to that.
E.T. deals with Brexit.
It's been done though.
E.T. demands second referendum. Yes. It's, Drew Barrymore. Well,
You made a mistake.
yes.
Definitely.
Oh,
But yes, little Drew Barrymore's in this film. Yeah. Little tiny Drew Barrymore. I think my next picture is of little Drew Barrymore.
Still have a coke addiction by the same.
Look how cute, though. Look how cute. It is sad. Like a year later, she was addicted to cocaine. It's a sad story, but
Oh, God.
it's just you don't own Drew Barrymore's tragic life story.
and our jokes will get.
She's
picked
fine
up on
now.
the mic.
She's fine. She got over it. So Elliot finds E.T. in his backyard and then brings him into the house with the little trailer suites.
Yeah, he just rides out into the middle of the woods and starts throwing Reese's Pieces on the ground, and
Yeah.
oh yeah, of course.
Very good idea when you meet a nude stranger in the middle of the forest. Just throw sweets at them and invite them home.
Yeah, no, yeah, fair enough. Of course, if the weird-looking eyeball creature in your cornfield back garden screams and runs away from you into the forest, the next thing you have to do is chase him down with a packet of sweets.
I'm actually quite surprised that aliens can eat Reese's Pieces.
Yeah.
Nah. Well, does E.T. poop?
If E.T. did poo, what would it look like?
Oh, I didn't
Reese's
think the
Pieces?
podcast was going to go in this direction.
Immediately.
This is not what I wanted.
Quiet for a while. Like, what do you think E.T.'s poop looks like?
Oh.
Those mushrooms from the start, probably.
Yeah.
That's what that was.
Okay. So he's taken in all his Reese's Pieces
And he turned it into a mushroom.
That's a valid skill. Yeah.
I don't think E.T. poops. I think E.T. Glows, and that's how he excretes waste.
Okay.
So every time he touches Elliot with his glowing finger in this film,
Doing all over him.
it's just
When you touch giraffe poo, it's flat on one side, and that is how you identify it from different angles. It's just really round.
and dragged along the floor.
Like a dog with piles.
Like
I was wondering if all those bits where his chest glows red, is that just extreme heartburn on account of his inability to poop?
Get some Gaviscon.
Yeah. Anyway, so,
This took a weird turn, but anyway, yeah. What's next, John?
so he moves E.T. moves into Elliot's house and hides out in his absurdly large closet, which I believe I have a picture of, next to the most terrifying doll I have ever seen in any movie.
Wow.
Look at this. That is a room full of nightmares right there.
I mean, E.T.'s not the scariest thing in that picture.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
Raggedy Ann.
What kind of sociopath keeps a living plant in a dark cupboard?
That's a good point. Yeah, when did he get sick?
Yeah.
Chlorophyll.
Am I misremembering this, or is the wardrobe a shared wardrobe?
It's a shared
Yeah.
wardrobe, yeah.
Wow.
I know.
Now, does anybody remember how E.T. gets his name in the film?
I literally watched this yesterday and I don't remember.
It's one of the kids, isn't it?
But it's not one of the main kids.
No, it's one of the worst kids, isn't it? Like there's a group of really awful kids at the beginning of it.
But then they redeem themselves over the course of the film.
They've got the best roles in this film because they start off just playing Dungeons and Dragons and bullying this little kid Elliot, and then one of them comes up with the name halfway through it. You never see him again until right at the end when they have a massive chase scene.
That's sick bike chase.
The bike chase.
Well, roll the clip.
Elliot, where's your goblin? Shut up. Did he come back? Well, did he?
Yeah, he came back. But he's not a goblin. He's a spaceman.
As an extra terrestrial. Where's he from? Uranus? Get it? Uranus? He doesn't get it, Ty. Get it? Uranus? He doesn't get it.
You're so immature.
And you're such a Sina Supremus.
Zero charisma.
Sina Supremus.
Zero charisma.
Sina Supremus.
Shut up, Greg.
Sina Supremus.
Zero charisma.
You win.
So yeah, the kid with the giant headphones just randomly says, "Oh, like an extraterrestrial," and then that's his name.
And that's it.
Yeah. It's a real throwaway line, and then he's just E.T. for the rest of the film.
Okay.
Thought it was interesting.
Oh, yeah.
This film is weirdly written.
It is very strange. Well, there's not much to it. That's what I noticed. Like, it's a very concise story. You don't get a lot of backstory to it.
And yet it's still quite a long film.
And yeah, it's a very
Really
concise.
long
Yeah, it's
film.
over 2 hours long. It's a very Spielbergian trick. Yes.
Do you reckon it would be better if it was half an hour shorter? I mean, saying that, it's obviously done very well, so much so that we're talking about it now. So maybe I shouldn't.
How would we improve E.T.?
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm better than Spielberg, but
if you were to read this is the next part of the podcast. Stop skipping ahead.
Does anyone have any particular favourite scenes from the film? Because we're going to get to some of the iconic ones now.
Well, obviously, when they fly in front of the moon.
Yeah, that's good. That's coming.
Yeah. That big one. That big shot.
Bike chase was mine.
Bike chase, yeah. Tent in the house.
Yes, that's always good. Actually, when they're driving the van away and it's got the whole tube hanging out the back,
And he's pulling off the pins.
yeah, he's pulling off the pins one by one. That's a good bit.
I like it when he pulls off the last pin and it stays there comically long time, even though nothing's holding it in place, and these two guys who are in it just kind of look up and go, "Whoa!" and then it flies off behind. It's a proper comedy moment. That it's physical comedy. To a T.
Well, speaking of comedy, one of my favourite bits, which we're going to show now, is the bit where E.T. gets drunk in the house, and it transfers to Elliot, and they both get drunk.
Yes, this is great.
E.T., by the way, he's been living with Elliot for maybe 12 hours at this point. Already the worst house guest in the world. Just wandering through in an open dressing gown, otherwise nude, stealing all the beers, pissing off the dog.
Yeah, if that dog could tell E.T. off.
Sticking his tongue in the potato salad. Oh, look at that. And I just don't...
No.
Fuck you, E.T.
Wow,
And he's wrong. Where you did all the beers. Yeah, E.T. is a lightweight.
He is
He's quite small.
He's been in that darkened room, yeah. He's like...
I mean, maybe this is the first time he's ever drank anything.
Yeah, and also you got to think, like, if he's connected to a 10-year-old kid, 10-year-old children, they're probably not that heavyweight drinking.
Speak for yourself.
Look at that pervy look at the...
Yeah.
Oh.
Actually, my favourite part of that scene is at the end when he starts letting all of the
frogs out?
The frogs out,
Oh,
yeah, the frogs coming out. And he goes mad about it, and they start throwing them all over the place, out of the window. And then he...
As if that's better for the frogs. Just throw them into the street.
Second floor science building.
It definitely is better for the frog. They're getting put to sleep and they're getting chopped up. Like
Fair.
It's definitely better for them.
Class, these are the cotton balls with the chloroform, and as soon as I get them all in, be sure and put the lid on right away. That's it. That will start them going to sleep. And they won't feel anything, they won't be hurt. It'll take a little while. You don't want to watch them, you don't have to.
Lines! Back to the river! Back to the forest! Run! I want to save you! Let's get out of here! Get out! I gotta let him go! You gotta save me!
then they decide to help E.T. to phone home, and they sneak him out the house on Halloween, so we get lots of costumes.
Okay.
Yeah, well, just a photo, because we get a Yoda cameo. Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
Aw. A really scarily convincing Yoda cameo. That's supposed to be a child dressed as Yoda, not
And that is a
actual Yoda.
great costume.
Does anyone remember what they used to phone home, though?
Yeah, like a saw, a circular saw and a fork and like a record player or something.
And a
I have
bike.
questions.
Yeah. Have you got a picture of that?
I've got the... Yeah, sure. Roll the clip. So, with a collection of 80s ephemera, they managed to contact outer space.
Wow.
So he manages to send us SOS message to his people, but then unfortunately his hangover kicks in from the day before.
Oh yeah, this is a clip.
Oh, I'll go back.
Sorry.
Poor E.T. We've all been there, mate.
Hang on. Is that what?
Yeah.
It's not the hangover that does it.
I think it's a hangover.
I thought he fell down. I wasn't really watching very closely.
It's gross.
He looks like meat.
Middle-aged,
yeah.
See, if he was 20, he'd shake it right off. He'd just walk it off and carry on, but no. But then we get the crotchkey torch people back. They've been watching the whole time, and they invade the house.
Yeah,
So E.T.'s sick, the mum's found out, and then this happens. This is some scary shit.
Yeah, this is where the film takes a big turn.
It's an astronaut.
Yeah. Why is there an astronaut?
Why is an astronaut?
With like a full backpack and everything.
And doing his best Darth Vader impersonation. Like this, okay, so they run into the kitchen here. Someone sets up a model train out of nowhere, like off screen. Like, what? Why are they just walking through the windows? Like, look at this.
There are.
Why is that an entry point?
Why are they not seriously more freaked out?
Why is that train running? Who set the train
And
up?
why are all the astronauts walking like they're on the moon? Like, well, no,
Gravity boots.
oh yeah, of course, that lowers the gravity. Yeah, yeah.
That's how it works.
Also, I bet those outfits are really heavy. To be
Really
fair.
encumbersome, to be
Really,
fair.
like them was going to take you a while to move.
But yeah, they kind of turn the house into a giant hamster cage, don't they? Full of those little tunnels. And yeah, I've not pulled any clips from this next part of the movie because this is actually genuinely quite upsetting when the E.T. basically dies.
Oh yeah, E.T. dies. That was an intense part of this entire film. Just watching E.T., who you've grown to love, collapse.
He does some really good acting.
The kid does great acting.
The gut-wrenching screaming when he does die is really, really,
Yeah.
really well done.
Yeah, I thought it might lower the mood, so I've not pulled any clips of that. But yeah, there's a bit where they're all doing CPR on him, which is...
They do it for hours.
They do loads of CPR on him. And
days, isn't it?
Do you know whether an alien has lungs?
Well, exactly. Yeah.
That's why they take so long, I guess.
Where they are.
But they're doing this, and it cuts away to the mum with little Drew Barrymore just watching, like, open-mouthed with horror. Like, take her outside.
Yeah.
All of these other people
Poor
are now
child.
wearing like hazmat suits and like doctors' uniforms and stuff like that, and they've just been left to roam this house as if they've not been taken away by the government officials or anything like that. They're just like, no, you're fine.
Yeah.
You've dealt with the alien before. You obviously should be here to witness
It's
his
weird
death.
they let them just wander around.
Yeah.
The little Drew Barrymore, she goes, is E.T. dead? And then the mum just goes,
Well, he's gonna go off to Mexico.
Yeah, she's gonna go to Mexico.
E.T.'s gone to Mexico with Dad, yeah.
over the Rainbow Bridge.
Yeah.
Sally is.
But yeah, E.T. dies, then he comes back to life because Elliot cries on him or something.
No, it's because E.T. is the perfect predator. He can lower his heartbeat. He can lower his heartbeat, and so it seems as if he's
And it
dead.
attracts the children.
Oh yeah, When's the one time they're not going to fight you? It's when they think you're dead. So you fall asleep and then he wakes back up.
And
Terrifying, man.
And then with remarkable ease, they managed to these little kids managed to smuggle the first extraterrestrial ever to land on Earth out of the house. But then they have the big iconic bike chase scene, which we can show now.
This is
There's
great.
much to love about this scene. That outfit is the Peaky Blinders there.
Yeah, they've all got their own things.
Yeah. Where did they come from?
All those people.
Yeah, just come out of nowhere.
Yeah. Like that one guy still playing music
Yeah.
as well.
Those
did that
are
police car
police
stop?
cars just coming out of
What-
fields.
They're going to shoot them.
Shoot them. They're
Now,
just kids.
There was a version of this film that Spielberg made years later where he edited out the guns and turned them into walkie-talkies.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Look at that. Don't choose them, it's fine. And now they're off. Oh, no.
Here we go.
Some fantastic reaction shots.
Yeah.
Right, there's a scene coming up now. I want you to imagine, it's a lot close up on the boys' faces. Imagine this is them all reacting to getting their first ever blowjob.
Oh God!
Just imagine it. It's coming up in a second. Sorry, but it's coming. Well, maybe, whatever.
He just shouted, "Tell me when it's over."
Dark.
So it's here we go. I think it's just after this. So these are all. Yeah.
So your first blowjob.
Yeah. You ready? I think it's here. Right now. And first blowjob. Horror.
Yeah, he loves it. He looked down and wasn't happy.
Oh God.
This is some grade A landing, though. They all skid together.
Yep.
I
It's a
don't.
good point. How much
I don't know
control do
why
they have
they
over the
pedal.
situation? Yeah.
Why are you pedaling?
I actually wondered. I wondered that.
I think if you put anybody on a bike, they're going to pedal.
If you put John on a bike, he doesn't pedal.
Yeah,
No,
that's-
he just sort of flails.
But also,
Yeah,
if you watch
it's not good.
if you were to watch this and watch their legs, they're not all pedaling. They're not. Some of them are hanging out. So I'm thinking that it's mostly the momentum. Yeah, it's the momentum provided by ET's magical powers.
I think I can answer it.
Oh yes.
No, science corner with Ross.
Science corner, thank you. No, it doesn't make them go faster, but the spinning wheel creates gyroscopic stability, so it keeps them from tilting or twisting.
Oh.
That's actually. Thank you.
Otherwise, the forward motion is entirely ET's telekinesis.
There we go.
All right, there we go.
Round of applause for Ross Science Corner there.
Science corner with Ross.
Yeah, and then I guess E.T. goes home, which I don't have a clip of, but that's the end of the film.
Yep.
Any final thoughts on E.T.? Any questions in terms of any scenes I've missed?
No, but I know because I put this presentation together. I know you've got some other stuff to say.
I do have some other stuff to talk about. So, first of all, E.T. had one very notable, very famous super fan in the 80s when this film came out, and that was Michael Jackson.
Michael.
Look at that. Doesn't that look like a magazine spread of a recently married reality TV couple?
He's cooing on Michael Jackson's shoulder.
Oh no!
Only over the height thing, to be honest.
I really like the
Standing
idea
on
that Michael
stool.
Jackson was tiny.
Yeah.
Kind of like Tom Cruise, you know. You always you think he's taller because he gets shorter people to stand next to him and he wears platforms.
He is like 3 foot.
Well, that's the thing,
That's a
isn't it?
little 3 foot Michael Jackson.
That's why I really like
Very
the idea
skillful
that
with
he's that
camera
tiny.
angles. Very skillful.
That's how he was able to do all of those dances. It's just because he's so low to the to gravity, it doesn't have as much effect on him.
Centrifugal force and gravity doesn't apply to him anymore.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nature is not a thing.
We've just had somebody shout from the back that he's just sat down.
Yeah, and E.T.'s
that would explain it, yeah.
E.T.'s standing up behind him.
E.T.'s very much the
Makes a lot of
dominant
sense.
partner in this relationship. It's a very aggressive body. It's like when Donald Trump used to stand behind Hillary Clinton. Remember in the elections? It's like very dominant body language there.
I like to think Michael Jackson used to have this painting, this picture as a painting above his fireplace.
Anyone who was around when this film came out, did anyone used to have any kind of E.T. merchandise when they were kids? Any toys? Any games? Yes. What did you have? E.T. keyring.
E.T. keyring.
Oh.
You had you sucked it till it went smooth.
Did it taste like caramel?
It just smelled of it.
Because it smelled like caramel.
Why did E.T. smell of caramel?
What was the marketing plan there?
Was it made of plastic?
Okay, we've got 2 hands in the air.
I went on the E.T. ride as a child.
The E.T. ride, where was that?
It was in Disneyland, Florida.
Oh, okay. What's that like?
It's like you're on a spin class, except you've not got a really aggressive person screaming at you.
Okay.
And
what did you have, mate, in the corner there?
It's just there. It's really-
a plastic E.T. about that big. That's
Okay.
That's a good one. That.
Never did. Oh.
Oh, that's Toy Story, mate. Toy Story, different film.
Yeah. But there was quite a lot of E.T. merch out there, as well as all those. You could potentially buy the E.T. video game.
It ruined the game market.
Was voted the worst video game ever made. Genuinely. Yeah.
Yeah, it caused the video game crash, didn't it?
Yeah,
Of
there were, like,
1996.
tens of thousands buried in landfill because it's such a shitty game. Sorry?
Yeah.
They went on an archaeological dig and they dug them up.
Yeah.
Archaeological dig.
Did they forget where they dug them?
They all got dumped into landfill, and that made them extraordinarily valuable. So somebody actually put the money together and dug into the landfill and retrieved.
Is this a game that you can play?
Yeah, it was well, for the Atari.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
a playable
But
game.
it was awful. It was legendarily awful. So Universal.
Wasn't it that there was like a glitch that made it unplayable?
Oh no, it just wasn't made properly. It was right. At the time, there was loads of different games companies creating loads of games, and they were just like splashing them out, churning them out. That's it. They were churning them out like butter, splashing them out as well. And they made the ET game but they didn't finish it properly. Just released it to everybody, and it was at this point that everybody started going, "Well, this is shit," and they stopped buying games, and there was a video game crash, and then they had to put like licensing and laws on the video games, and that's where we got like big video game companies, and that's what happened. And then Nintendo came out, and that was about it. That's as fast as I can do it. I don't want to it's a really long, stupid story.
Not what your podcast is about.
Yeah. Let's move on. We got things to do.
That's its own podcast in many ways. Yeah.
It is. No,
terrible games of the 80s.
I don't want to be on that podcast.
Other merch you could get. You could also get the ET shot glass.
Oh.
Very nice, very child appropriate, yeah. And finally, my personal favourite, you got the ill-fated ET finger light.
Oh.
Swiftly withdrawn from circulation. Can't think why.
It's so phallic. Potentially phallic objects that look less phallic.
Potentially phallic object. Good. Yeah. All right. Do yours glow though?
No.
Well, that's why you're missing out.
It's not even green.
What's the point?
It's flesh coloured, isn't it?
ET isn't
Flesh
green.
coloured.
He's dark, he's like a musty brown.
Do you think that's why Michael Jackson was smiling so much?
That's a good question. Was ET using the finger light on Michael Jackson? Is that why he looks so happy? Good question. Very good.
I feel like we're insulting Michael Jackson at this point.
Michael Jackson's ET's finger up Michael Jackson's bum is the image that I wanted to conjure up.
He was. Michael
He's
Jackson is
middle-aged.
not a child.
It's all right. At least that's okay. That's like one.
Oh yeah, it's okay.
Consensual
Yeah, it's actually
relationship.
fine at
It's
that
nice,
point, isn't it?
yeah.
Michael
Well, we're going to leave that image up there for you guys to, you can take it and enjoy it. Okay, so did anyone...
It's called finger lights.
Finger, yes.
Finger light.
Just a light fingering for children.
A light finger.
Sorry.
You wouldn't want to go, much further as a child.
No.
I'm just saying.
That's going to go far enough.
Anyway. So I think we've come to the portion of the show that God knows we all need right now, which is drinking games.
Yes.
Drinking games.
So if any of you...
Yeah.
So if any of you do decide to watch ET after this podcast, I mean, God forbid that you watch it with all the topics that we've covered, thanks to Courtney here. But if you were to watch it again, we've prepared some drinking games for you.
Okay.
And I'll go first, which is Drink for Child Swears.
Yeah.
So anytime you get something particularly childish, for example, zero charisma, just as an insult, just shouting at people. Where's he from? Uranus.
Yeah, that's good.
They love that one.
Yeah.
Doesn't someone get called penis breath?
That's my personal favourite. Is shut up, penis breath.
Look, if you were sucking enough dicks to get penis breath, that is a hell of a thing to call somebody.
I want to see that advert, that mint advert.
No.
Would he?
Are you
Why
waking
do you
up?
want to watch these things?
With penis.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Do we think ET
Wrigley's
has
extra gum.
a penis?
We can't
see
say
it.
it, actually. We've thought about it, but...
Very phallic object.
Yeah.
It's a finger though.
Yeah,
Is that?
I think it's all his fingers.
Oh. Filthy.
Okay, my first drinking game was Drink for Stranger Things references. Or
Damn it, that was mine.
moment. Yeah. There's a bit at the beginning when they're playing Dungeons and Dragons, which is just literally Stranger Things just was like, whoop, we'll take that.
Yeah, there we go. I'll have that one.
Whenever you see a long shot of the night sky.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one, yeah.
Very true.
And also any sort of reference to the damage that the alien spaceships are doing to the environment.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, what's your drinking game?
Any 3-minute scene that could have been condensed into 20 seconds or less.
Fair, that's very fair.
Yeah.
When do you drink during those scenes?
For the whole damn
Waterfall.
Yeah, okay. So this is obviously a scene.
40 seconds.
Right. At the end of the scene, you go, well, that previous scene was a bit long for me.
I'll rewind it and down a pint.
Down a pint while I'm watching it.
This isn't really telling me, this isn't adding to the story. I'll just drink until the scene is over.
Yeah. Any more, Harry?
Yeah, I've got drink for Star Wars connections.
Yeah, we've seen Yoda.
Yeah, 'cause there's a good few of them. The Big Brother does an impression of Yoda at one point, just before he sees E.T. for the first time, and then of course there's all of Elliot's toys.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then the Yoda.
Yeah.
I really like how he goes, promise your most radical promise, or something. Like that's how he gets his mum. He's like, Mum, I'm about to show you a literal alien at this point, but you have to promise me your most radical promise that you won't tell anybody. And it is really cute, but also like it's not going to work. Yeah. Yeah, your most it's actually E.T. was the prequel to Bill and Ted. That's actually why. Yeah.
That's what liberal parenting does.
My next one was close-up shots of the fingers, which there's a lot of them, and they are upsetting.
I knew you were going to do that one.
Plentiful, yeah.
Any unnecessary phallic deviation.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Can we get away from the penis thing?
I think we can because we're talking about E.T.
Whoa,
boy, poor.
no. Stuck in this phallic film. Fabulously phallic film, exactly.
It sounds like some kind of magazine. I don't know. Or niche shop. Yeah.
Fabulously fantastic.
Fabulously phallic. Actually, that's my name on Grindr.
Where is that? Is that advert on their splash page that I should go on?
It's a banner ad, isn't it, at the top of the page?
Harry, any more?
No, I'm done.
Okay, just one more, which is drink for shameless product placement.
Oh, I mean,
Spielberg classic.
I mean, I had that one. I just kind of skipped over it.
This is Coca-Cola. We drink it. These are Skittles. We eat them. Yeah.
The Pez.
The Pez.
Okay,
Yeah.
I love Pez. Did you say Wayne's World prequel?
A Pear's a brand that I don't.
Yeah.
Do you know the Star Wars kind of product placement?
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially toys of Star Wars and costumes of Star Wars,
big time.
and the film Star Wars. Definitely product placement for Star Wars.
Sorry, I asked.
Oh, it's all right.
Got another point of order.
If, important point, E.T. pops up in The Phantom Menace.
He does, yes.
Retcons every single appearance of E.T. in the film E.T. into a Star Wars reference. You're going to be smashed out your skull.
That is true. That is very true, yeah. Weird, unnatural laughter. Laugh on that, yeah.
sure.
Drink on that.
I did
when
not,
he sees it.
I did not see you doing a sheep impression right there. That
was
that
Elliot
really
when
surprised
he
me.
sees E.T. in drag.
Oh yeah. When he speaks, he goes.
That was really good. That was accurate.
Oh yeah, I studied it, didn't I?
Okay, well, we're pretty much halfway through now because we're about to get to the sequels. Should we take a quick 5-minute break?
Yes.
And yeah. Cool, that was nice and unanimous. I'm very happy with that.
Please stay. Please, we love what you're doing.
I had a whole sort of argument prepared which didn't involve me saying I need the toilet, but there we go.
Essentially, yeah.
Cool, all right, well, we'll come back in 5 minutes.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you.
Woo!
Well, crikey, what a first half that was.
Mm-hmm.
Did you enjoy it, John?
As far as I remember, I had a great time. Yeah.
As far as were you quite drunk?
No, actually, no, I was not. That makes it sound that sounds incriminating. No, yes, I had a great time. It was good fun.
Yeah.
It was.
You've been knocking them back.
We had some interesting, guests in there. We had some interesting audience members in the room.
Definitely,
Some
yeah.
of whom may not have entirely made the cut.
Yes.
But yeah, on the whole, for a first go, I thought it was a good, solid. But yeah, let our listeners be the judge.
So before we get some sequels, we're not going to do it in the live show. We're going to talk about Patreon now. So anybody listening, you may already know we're available on patreon.com/beyondtheboxset. And if you were to subscribe to us there for as much or as little as you want a month, then you get a bonus show. That is called Beyond the Box Set. And for that, we review films in cinema right now. So our latest episode currently is actually our 50th episode of our bonus show, and it's us reviewing The Favourite, which, oh my god, we've both been looking forward to this film for quite a while. I'd say you longer than me.
Sure.
And
it's in many ways all my life.
Yeah. So yeah, that's great. Also, as another benefit for becoming a patron supporter, you get to choose an episode for us to do once a month. Well, one patron supporter does.
Yes.
We'll cycle it around. So that can be any film that you want. If it's a film that already has a sequel or something, then we'll talk about it on the bonus show. But if not, then yeah, we'll do that for the main show, and you're welcome to come and join us as a guest. And finally, once a month, every patron supporter gets a 30-second advert slot to advertise anything and everything that they want to. So all that's available at patreon.com/beyondtheboxset.
Fantastic.
And without any further ado, I've said that twice now. Here are the sequels from our live episode.
Ooh.
Thank you, everybody.
Give us money, but we'll do that later. Right, are we ready, Harry?
Yeah, I guess we're ready.
Okay, cool. So, Kenrick and Miller, as the guests, would you like to...
Hello.
What is your sequel pitch for...
So we really struggled.
Oh, God.
We really struggled to come up with one. We have got one.
I came up with one.
But we've got a couple of sort of quick ideas we'd like to fly past you, if that's okay.
I want to go through the one we have before. Should we go through these afterwards, or should we go through these?
No, let's go first.
Okay. So, we saw so many possibilities to the end of E.T. when he flew off, so we decided to come up with a bit of a list.
So first one, E2.
E2.
It's a bit of wordplay.
Yeah, of course. E.T. University. Yeah, that was
nice.
We had E.T.2 Electric Boogaloo.
E.T.B.C.
That's a Jesus one.
Yeah.
E.T.A.D. That's technically the Jesus one.
Yeah, that is technically the E.T. E.T. goes O.T.T.
Too many blue skills.
Yeah.
E.T. this time it's personal.
Yeah. F.U., which is the next letters.
The sequel.
Very good.
The action one, E.T. Medal of Honor.
Yeah. E.T. Back to the Future.
Yeah. Lifetoeson. Life toes on.
Life toes on.
It's there's an indie film.
Yeah. We've got E.N.
See this one. So basically, we envisaged it that Elliot sort of really missed E.T. to the point where he made his life ambition to get back in touch with E.T.
Yeah, he focused in like engineering,
he did computer science,
all that kind of stuff, and then
business.
Eventually came up with the business
SpaceX.
SpaceX,
and basically trying to get into space to get back to E.T. and we called that one EM, so Elon Musk.
Yes. Oh wow. Okay.
And then there's a picture of a penis. And then we got Pre-T, which is the
prequel.
Pre-T.
We got the BT Boys,
which is the rap group spin-off. E.T. Rumble in the Jungle.
Yeah.
That one's in a video game this time.
We got BT, which is when E.T. tries to start a telecommunications company.
We got E.T. Go Bone, which is the
porno. We got ETA. It's in the game.
Eat Me is
we got ET Drone Home, which is about ET sort of disrupting flights at Gatwick.
We got PET, which is about plastics.
We got PT, which is about physical training.
We got DT, which is
woodworking and vacuum plastics. We got ETs.
Oh yeah, that's the one where it's like Alien and Aliens.
Yeah, no, ETs.
Oh no, that's the one where he's making fun of somebody.
No, ETs.
That's the one that's set in the northeast of England.
No, ETs.
Oh no, that's the one. Which one's that one? Oh yeah.
The one you drink.
Yeah, that's the one you drink.
The obvious one.
Yeah, that's the obvious. No, we've got EE,
which is the sequel to BT. It's another telecommunications provider.
PE,
which is also similar to PT. Should have grouped them together. And then Easy ET,
which is
hip hop
prequel. Yeah. How he became big.
Yeah, but the one that we decided to settle on.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, was ET.
I mean, I have questions about many of those sequels.
Go ahead.
We don't have a lot of time.
No.
I'll stick to just one. If the BC or AD where ET is, it's the Bible story. Is ET your Jesus figure?
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, he comes back to life.
We're not going to not make him the protagonist. Come on, it's ET.
I'm intrigued by the idea of ET as Jesus, as the Son of God. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it is a miracle.
Mm-hmm.
He's a
from
miraculous
space,
man. He came from outer space.
He can move things with his mind.
He moves things with his mind. He heals people.
Mm-hmm. he actually didn't think about that.
Wait a minute.
He's scarily close.
We've stumbled on something here.
Yeah. He dies and comes back to life at one point. He only speaks in a few words. I don't know.
He rises again.
He does.
Yeah.
He does.
Just in time for Easter.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, Jesus, famously the most pompous man in the world.
That's all the Bible bangs on about.
He healed the sick, but God, could he talk about himself?
I am the Son of God.
Oh, whatever,
Jesus.
Big head.
E.T. was much better at that because he would just come on and go, I, God, and they'd go, yeah, all right, yeah, fine. It's not harping on about
things
it.
with his mind. Come on, that's more concrete than what.
Then just
I'm not going to go there.
All right, but we've got our actual suggestion for it. So E.T. is back at home. He's back at home with his family, and a year's gone by, like an alien year has gone by. And E.T.'s family were angry at him for getting lost before, but they're going away again on vacation. And due to some crazy mishaps with the alarm clock, they're all running around, and whilst they're rushing around in the space airport, and oh no, E.T. finds himself on the wrong spaceship with his dad's wallet. He is still a creepy middle-aged man, but guess what? E.T. is going to New York! That's right. And he's staying in none other than Donald Trump's Hotel Plaza.
That's a fancy hotel.
Yeah, he's using a disguise. Yeah, and he uses voice recordings.
Thankfully, the alien credit card works with our banking system.
It's contactless.
Which is amazing, because when I went to the States, I really struggled to spend any money.
Yeah,
it's really difficult, very inconvenient, very backward.
Very backward.
Yeah,
place.
but alien currency, that's
fine.
okay.
Absolutely fine. And he manages to use a disguise and a voice recorder to trick the hotel staff into believing that he's there with his human dad.
Can I just have a quick question? Who is playing the role of E.T.'s father in this film?
Oh,
John
Cusack. Sure. John Cusack. John Cusack's playing the role of his father. Who else?
It's going to be Andy Serkis.
Yeah. Good shout.
He finds his way onto into the hotel, into a suite. But he has risen the suspicions of the concierge there. But it's okay because he befriends a toy shop owner, and E.T. runs into, you guessed it, the same scientists from the first film. Oh yeah. There's a massive chase scene, and E.T.'s like ducking and weaving through the hotel staff. But oh no, the scientists got him. And whilst they've got him, they explain to him...
Oh boy, there's more.
Yeah, they explain to him... There's 2 more pages of this. They explain... E.T. overhears them talking about how they're going to rob the toy store from before. Why are scientists robbing a toy store, Sam?
Mechanisms.
Yeah, I want to get some free shit.
They want to get some free...
Well, they're going to sell it in the pub, right?
Free Star Wars toys. Star Wars merch.
Well, these scientists had lost the first alien to ever land on the planet. They've lost their jobs afterwards.
Yeah, one of these scientists to be played by Arnold Schwarzenegger. And he's forgotten to buy a Christmas present for his son.
I want that guy. Who is he? He's in the film Cats and Dogs.
He's in the film Cats and Dogs. Who's in the film Cats and Dogs?
Jeff Goldblum. That's who I want.
I'm sorry. Did you just identify Jeff Goldblum because he appeared in the film Cats and Dogs? Not Jurassic Park, not The Fly, Cats and Dogs.
Cats and Dogs.
I am a very big fan of the film Cats and Dogs. I watched it.
Whoa! Hate Jeff Goldblum. Hate him.
I want him in the sequel.
We want him in the sequel because of his role in Cats and Dogs. The toy shop has the last speaking spell. There you go. He needs it to phone home. Yeah. But E.T. manages to escape and he runs into a homeless birdman in Central Park who turns out to be Elliot from the first film. Yeah. Driven mad from government and scientists' experiments and testing on him.
Yeah, obviously.
They reconnect. And E.T. and he helps E.T.
Okay, I'm gonna stop jumping again.
Yeah, go on.
That's great. Could it not be? Because it is a woman, it's the bird lady in the second one. Can it not be Drew Barrymore after a bender?
Sorry, what are you on about?
I'm sorry, we're not acknowledging. No, this is an original idea, I'm sorry.
Well, this is a very original...
Sorry, yeah.
Bird woman.
I'm thinking it might...
No.
What are you accusing us of?
What are you accusing us here, John?
Sorry, okay, I take it back. But could it be Drew Barrymore after a bender?
It could well be Drew Barrymore after a bender. We are open to suggestions. This is a pitch, of course. We're fine with that.
Okay.
Drew Barrymore has gone on a bender, cocaine, seeing an alien, being a small... She's a small child who then eventually...
She's much better now. She's fine. She's been through
how
it.
long.
Eventually.
You don't know how long has passed between this and the original film. One alien year,
which is
up to 1 year.
An alien year. Could be longer than Earth year.
It could be anything. But E.T. and Drew Barrymore managed to foil these scientists' plans with ingenious traps.
Okay.
From household objects. They throw bricks at them, they electrocute them, they even blow them up with gas fires and burn a rope from the bottom up whilst they're climbing down from a building.
Yikes.
And it's E.T. phone.
I think we've established we're not acknowledging that franchise.
Stop ruining the final punchline. It's all happening on Christmas Eve as well, isn't it, Sam?
Yes.
Plot twist. Yeah.
Plot twist, but eventually E.T.'s family come back and take him away, leaving Elliot or Drew Barrymore to because I can't remember her name. What's her name in this?
Gertie.
What an awful name. She would go mad. To Mexico,
Yeah, exactly.
And they leave Gertie to deal with again the intervention of an alien race with the planet Earth and all of the implications on normal people and politics, as well as dealing with the angry scientists that she no doubtedly maimed earlier. And that's the end of that film. It is E.T. Home Alone, E.T. Phone Home Alone 2.
Lost in New York.
Yeah,
Really nailed the pun that Lee was going for.
That one, didn't you?
He's working towards it, but
Nobody saw it come. I mean,
3 pages.
How would you predict that someone might see that coming?
I mean, you hit it so well. I didn't think the audience would be so rowdy.
Yes.
No, I wouldn't.
Come on,
that's a quick clap. I like that.
No, but honestly, we do have. If you have any questions about any of those films, we would happily tell you them.
Yeah. Anyone else? Anyone got any questions about that seamless bit of storytelling?
It feels like we had a very thorough pitch in that case.
Yeah.
So,
oh dear.
Go on then.
Has the time come?
This is that time, isn't it?
Yeah, it's your turn.
All right, we've come well prepared. You see that giant stack of paper on the floor?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's our idea.
Oh no! You put that down, Courtney.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we're not reading it all. Don't worry.
Okay.
Okay. Well, let us explain because no, we're not reading all of that. Don't worry. Harry, do you want to explain what our concept is for the sequel?
So this is going to be a sequel set 36 years later. In
the present day, essentially.
However long it's been, that's what it is now. So Drew Barrymore's in it, playing her same age, and what's his face, who played
Henry
Elliot.
Thomas.
Henry Thomas, yes. You know that famous actor.
I think he's in Haunting in Hill House, but never mind. Anyway.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. It's a Netflix thing. Carry on.
So it's going to be a straight sequel, and E.T. is going to come back to Earth. Standard. Now, what we've done here is a bit of a... We've done a different idea. We thought, hey, we've got a live audience. Let's try and get some way to really engage them more so...
He was really a child, and now he's really a middle-aged man.
Yeah.
I think they've already got the idea.
I wish I could mute people. So anyway, our idea this week is going to be a choose-your-own-adventure.
This is going to go one of two ways.
Yeah.
Which way it's going?
This is a bad heckle.
Yeah.
That's not even a heckle at that point.
Yeah, so we've created some scenarios, and we're going to go through them now, and we'll see how this goes. So it is somewhat semi-scripted, so...
This is... Okay.
This is news to me.
This is... Oh, God.
We all got the same ending no matter what.
No.
Slightly.
This took us like... Well,
this took us all day to
This
write.
took us like 8 hours to write, and I told... Yeah, thank you.
Yep.
Well, I said to Freya last week, I said to her, we spent 8 hours writing our sequel idea, and Freya just looked at us and went, is it going to take 8 hours to read? The answer is maybe. Maybe.
Yeah. So, we're going to give you the first choice, which is, so E.T. comes...
How are we going to do this? Is it going to be show of hands, or are we going to go round, or...
Shout.
Shout, yeah, I think.
I think by this point we've broken the precedent.
We've established that
the
shouting
audience
out
are
is
going to
okay.
remain audience.
Yeah, that it's going to be sensible and
The
quiet.
lines are blurred, yeah, so let's keep it that way. Let's lean into it, it's fine.
I love it when
So if I can carry on, if that's all right with you two. The first choice is E.T. comes home. Does he go to Elliot first, or does he go to Gert?
Right, okay, let's have a show of hands. That felt slightly split. If you think you should go and see Elliot first, raise your hands. And if you think you should visit Drew Barrymore or Gertie first, raise your hands. Oh God, it's.
Can we mash the scripts together now?
No.
Oh.
Freya, you didn't vote. Be a tiebreaker.
Wasn't one of the options. Okay.
Can we decide? Can we just decide between us?
Yeah, you two.
Let's go with Elliot.
Elliot.
Let's go with Elliot.
You've given us the Elliot script.
Okay, so we're going to go with Elliot.
It's not.
Yeah.
The title's
worse than penis.
The title for this one is E.T. The Invasion.
Ooh.
So we open in present day. Elliot is now a middle-aged man and high-ranking politician. One day, he's walking home when he sees a mysterious flash of light above his house.
Okay, so who's going to play Elliot?
I'll be Elliot if that's okay.
Cool, go for it.
What a mysterious flash of light above my house. I wonder what it could be.
Elliot runs home where he discovers his old pal E.T. standing on the lawn.
E.T., you're back! But what are you doing here?
E.T. Need help.
Of course I'll help you, E.T., but due to your limited language skills, this portion of the plot will probably move faster if you just finger my brain.
So E.T. touches his glowing yellow finger to Elliot's forehead. With their minds connected, Elliot finally learns E.T.'s origin story. Many years ago, E.T. and his shipmates landed on Earth looking for a suitable planet where the last of their kind could settle, after their own world was destroyed in a terrible war. After E.T. was kidnapped and experimented on by the humans, they decided to leave and search for somewhere else. However, no viable alternative was ever found, and 30 years later, the aliens are desperate. So they decided to return to Earth and use their superior technology to take over the planet by force.
Well, E.T., that's a pretty crazy story. I'm not sure whether I can believe you.
So here's another choice for you. Does Elliot believe E.T., yes or no?
I'm nailing it.
I think the yeses have yes. So we move on to 1.1 for yes.
This is going to be fun.
Okay, E.T., I believe you. We need to warn humanity to welcome your species with open arms, or else we'll be destroyed. I'll use my political connections to organize a press conference.
E.T. calls a press conference and shares E.T.'s story with... No, sorry, Elliot calls a press conference and shares E.T.'s story with the... I can't even read. And shares E.T.'s story with the world. The revelation that aliens really exist causes a media sensation.
This press conference is causing a media sensation, E.T. We've had interview requests from Oprah Winfrey and Piers Morgan. This is so exciting! But who should we choose?
Do Elliot and E.T. speak to Oprah Winfrey or Piers Morgan? Is that a...
That sounds like Oprah to me.
Sounds like Oprah, okay. Who's going to play Oprah Winfrey?
I guess I will.
Okay, let's make this respectful.
Yeah. Our next guest.
But she is a lady.
This is Oprah.
Our next guest.
She's got a lady voice.
All
though.
right, fine. I'll do the. All right. Our next. I get a.
Also, put your own spin on it.
Our next guests are a respectful politician and a little green man who claimed that the Earth is on the brink of a deadly invasion. Please welcome Elliot and E.T.
Woo! Elliot and E.T. give a passionate, level-headed interview to the Oprah Show. The world is moved by E.T.'s plight and his people and decide to grant the aliens asylum. Yes, that helps them to tell the story, is that Elliot jumps off on the sofa.
You're on the sofa.
Am I?
You're Elliot.
You're Elliot.
Is this going to be the bit that I do it?
Yeah, you have... No, on the sofa. On the sofa.
Maybe just take a little sit down. I'm going to sit down. You can sit down.
Well, that was one of the most moving stories I've heard in 400 years of making this show. In fact, we just got a call from the president, and after hearing your powerful words, E.T., he's decided to offer you and your species full asylum. You can settle down in any US city you like.
Okay, where do E.T.'s people choose to live? In Las Vegas or New York?
It's a bit of a non-choice,
No.
isn't it?
Vegas?
What?
Vegas.
What?
Vegas has it, okay.
The infinitely less livable city.
We only had one set in New York, didn't we?
Yeah, they've got new plans now.
Well, E.T., you've saved your species and opened your own casino! And your magic rolling finger was also perfect for counting cards! It seems like Vegas is really working out for you. What are you gonna do next?
E.T. Watch Celine Dion show.
Oh, E.T. I love you.
The end.
And that's the end.
That's the end.
Now, we ran through that quite quickly.
Yeah, I think he chose the easiest way through that.
I think that's quite a quick one, really, yeah.
Should we go through one more?
See, what?
There's only 2 options.
Well, the overwhelming response there suggests that yes, we should.
Yeah.
All right, reorder your papers, everyone.
Oh, God.
Get rid of the top sheet. No, we don't need them. No.
There was quite, considering it was a draw on whether we should visit Elliot or Drew Barrymore, should we do one where he visits Drew Barrymore?
Yeah.
So this one's called E.T. The Magic Returns.
Yeah, I don't want to be
I'll be good.
Okay. So we open in the present day again. Gertie is now in her 40s, but she never forgot her time with E.T.
Aww.
In fact, she's dedicated her life to investigating extraterrestrial activity. One night she's returning home from the lab when she finds E.T. waiting for her in her lobby.
E.T., you're back! I don't believe it! I've got to differentiate between the characters.
Is that Mickey Mouse?
Yeah.
E.T., you're back! I don't believe it!
That's how your impression for a woman.
Yes.
If you just like hold one nostril in, you'll sound an awful lot more like Drew Barrymore.
I'm sorry, I don't really see what's wrong with the version that I'm doing, so I'm
It's an artistic choice.
I'm going to keep doing it that way.
Have you heard Drew Barrymore recently? I'm doing a weird voice now.
Is there a helium leak?
E.T. Back for the sequel.
I can't wait to find out why you're here, but unfortunately my apartment is being sprayed for cockroaches at the moment, so I'm going to need a place to hide you until it's safe.
So
this choice. Where does Gert take E.T.? Does she take him to her brother Elliot's house, or does she take him to her lab? Lab. All right, lab it is.
Gert decides to smuggle E.T. into the laboratory where she works as an extraterrestrial investigator. Security is high at the facility, so she puts E.T. into a clever disguise.
Good evening, miss.
Good evening, Gary. This is my niece. I promised to show her around the facility if she did all her homework on time.
I see. And why is she wearing a white sheet?
She's deeply racist, Gary. We're hoping it's just a phase.
Well, we don't normally allow unauthorized minors into the lab. But hopefully, a look at our culturally diverse working environment will help your niece to reconsider her unfortunate views. Go on, you cute little bigot.
Thanks, Gary. Phew, that was close. Right, E.T., I need to find a place for you to hide while I make sure there's no one else around tonight.
Okay, so next choice. Where does Gert hide E.T.? Does she hide E.T. in the morgue or under a pile of coats?
Under a pile of coats.
Under a pile of coats, is it?
I think the coats have it.
Coats.
Okay, E.T., you stay under this pile of coats and don't move. I'll be back in 15 minutes.
E.T. hides underneath the coats. However, shortly after Gertie leaves, Gary, the gullible security guard, enters.
What's this pile of coats doing here? Hey, what the hell?
This is you as well.
Uh-oh.
That was E.T., that was him doing E.T.'s voice.
E.T. runs screaming out of the room.
No, it's just like a cat scream.
I think if we remember from the beginning, he sounded awful.
I think we've covered it.
Yeah, stop screaming.
Security alert! We have an unidentified alien loose in the facility.
Alarms blur as the facility is placed into full lockdown.
Where is this facility?
Gert is called.
Like Doncaster.
It doesn't matter. Gert is called into an emergency security meeting.
Gert, what the hell's going on? Do you know anything about this? Where's your racist niece? Racist niece.
Where's your racist niece?
Where's your racist niece? It's a reference to the racist Reese's Pieces nieces.
What does Gert do next? Does she come clean or deny all knowledge?
Deny all knowledge.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Denial knowledge.
Always deny all knowledge.
Cool.
An escaped alien? I have no idea what you're talking about. I haven't seen anything. Are you sure all those late nights are taking their toll on you, Gary?
But what about your niece?
She just stepped into the bathroom. Speaking of which, I should probably go get her.
Okay, but come straight back. We're still on lockdown.
Gert races through the compound until she finds E.T.
Okay, E.T., this was clearly a terrible idea. Let's get out of here. We can hide out at Elliot's. I'm supposed to be watching his kids tonight anyway.
Gertie and E.T. head over to Elliot's house.
Okay, E.T., Elliot's kids should be home in an hour. Hang on, I'm just getting a phone call. Hello? Bavette?
Yes, I can speak. It's Fluffles, my beloved cat. She's been hit by a car. Oh my God! And so Raggington, my little labradoodle, he tried to save her, and then he got stung by a killer bee, and now they're both on life support, and you can always let run. Oh my God! Did anyone catch any of that?
The cat got hit by a car, and I don't know why I'm still speaking like this. The cat got hit by a car, and then the dog got hit by a car.
Trying to save
Stung by a bee.
By stung by a bee. And then
Short version, Gertie has to run to the vet to save her pet, so she's got to leave E.T. in the house alone. E.T., I'm sorry, but I have to go. Hide in the closet till I get back. I don't want you scaring the children.
Gert leaves and E.T. hides in a bedroom closet. Sometime later, Elliot's young children, Ramesses and Philomena, come home from school.
Can I just check something?
Yes.
Pardon me for being that
No, go ahead, yeah.
Pardon me for being that guy, but
I'm going to be that guy.
E.T.'s the one that could resurrect injured and hurt animals and things, and she runs up to the vets without him.
Well, she doesn't really consider that, I don't think. Yeah, that's...
Well, you can't rock up to the vets going, look, I know it seems dire, but I've got this alien here, and he's going to solve everything. To tell me that I need to put him down. Great, 80 quid, lovely. It's a sad story,
real.
isn't it? Yeah, you know, comedy comes from reality.
Where were we?
Poor Alfie.
I do not know.
It's my cat.
Oh, Ramesses.
Who's playing Ramesses?
Ramesses. I guess Dad must be working late again.
Ramesses is a child.
I guess Dad must be working
Please, no more falsetto. No more
Not that much
falsetto.
of a child.
I guess Dad must be working late again.
Very southern, yeah.
I was brought up in the deep south.
As E.T. peers through the slats in the closet to get a look at Elliot's children, he stumbles and falls out head first.
Ouch! It's E.T.
Oh my God! What the hell is that thing? That was not Gertie, by the way. That was
the little girl.
That was Philomena.
They sound
One of
very
the children.
similar.
The children scream and run from the room. On the way out, Ramesses trips and cuts his head on the table. Seeing the blood dripping, E.T. reaches out with his glowing yellow finger. A choice. Do the kids allow E.T. to touch them, or do they run screaming from the house?
Run screaming! Definitely run screaming. They don't know it for touch the kids! Touch the kids!
No, stop shouting! No!
Touch the kids!
I mean, the majority is clear.
E.T. touches his glowing finger to Ramesses' forehead, instantly healing the wound.
Wow! Philomena again, not Gertie.
Who are you? Friend!
Sometime later, Elliot returns home to an empty house.
Gertie? Kids? Where are you?
Shortly after, Gert also arrives home.
Gertie, where the hell have you been? Where are my kids? Oh, Elliot, I'm sorry. I just had to donate a kidney to save my labradoodle. But we can talk about that later. E.T.'s back.
That's you still.
We should have got a more diverse voice cast for this.
E.T., you mean that stupid game we used to play when we were kids? What are you talking about? Where are my children? Elliot, he's real. Don't you remember? I guess he must have taken the kids out into the forest. The forest? Really on a bit of Jew here. The forest? But you know little Philomena can't go outside without a plastic bubble on account of her deadly allergy to badgers. I can't believe you'd be so irresponsible. Elliot, look! Footsteps on the grass. It looks like E.T. took the children this way.
Elliot and Gert follow the footsteps into the forest, where they find E.T.'s spaceship.
You see, Elliot? He is real!
Elliot and Gert go into the spaceship, where they find E.T. conducting some kind of operation on Elliot's daughter.
E.T., what are you doing?
E.T., help Elliot.
Okay, another choice. What does Elliot do next? Does he allow E.T. to finish the mysterious operation, or does he grab his daughter and leave?
Let E.T. finish off. Sorry. I may have gone too far. Elliot's memories of E.T. come flooding back, and he decides to put his trust into his old friend. The operation is a complete success. E.T. hands Philomena a live badger, showing that her deadly allergy is cured.
Look, Daddy. This is Philomena again. Look, Daddy, I can play with badgers again.
I still don't think that's a good idea. E.T., I don't know how to thank you. I realize now I've been a neglectful and overprotective father. From now on, I'm going to spend more time with my kids and less time bleaching U-bends. I'll be right here.
His mission to help Elliot be a better father accomplished. E.T. boards his spaceship and returns home as the family watches tearfully.
I love you, kids. We love you too, Daddy. This is Gertie, not Philomena. I really miss my cat and my kidney. I wish Mom was alive.
The end.
Yeah. They both died. No, the cat died because she gave her kidney to the dog.
Yeah, because they could only save one.
Yeah.
It was very clear earlier on.
You've got to pay attention. It's
dog.
very densely plotted.
It was quite
layered. Yeah, layered.
Well,
complex.
Thank you. That could have gone worse.
I think that went.
Yeah, round of applause for our actors, please.
Yeah.
That was some.
Thanks, guys. I did go to RADA where I studied acting.
Did you? You went to RADA?
Yes.
When?
Before my university degree, because I was a prodigy.
Okay. So we're going to wrap up in the grand tradition of this podcast with some of our favourite submissions from some of our listeners.
Okay, so our listener submissions.
We asked our listeners to submit their own sequel HBC. These are short sequels, so don't worry, they're one-liners.
So, Rory Spence says, E.T. comes back 15 years later, trying to solve humanity's problems with alien technology, but all anybody wants to see is E.T. make bikes fly.
Make bikes
fly.
Oh, he's got to keep on playing the same one.
There. Yeah.
E.T.'s gotten really into the Great British Bake Off.
Charlie Dudley says, E.T. goes daddy's home. E.T. goes home, but when he gets there, he has to contest with his kid's new stepdad.
Oh.
Hilarity ensues.
Who, ironically, is Mexican.
Yes. Two can play at that game, Dad.
He's from Mexico. Another metaphor.
Simon Monk Tripman says, for a sequel, instead of E.T. being stuck on Earth trying to get home, the little kid accidentally ends up getting taken back to E.T.'s planet with E.T. and E.T. has to help Elliot phone home.
But the humans don't have the technology to
receive
rescue
that kind of rescue
them.
If anything, the humans would just hear as
the
weird
signal.
beep.
You know the weird signals that you can hear from space, like with the
I know them well, yes.
Are they just?
Yeah. What if they're just? It doesn't matter. What if instead it was a child screams, "Come rescue me"?
We just could never tell.
Yeah.
That's really depressing, really.
It is, yes, but that makes sense.
Lost children.
So, Hernando Suannico, do not know if I'm saying that right, probably not. E.T. is a scientist on his home planet. He discovers planet Earth while looking for other planets with natural resources. But a society on his home planet would rather die than kill another intelligent species. So he decides to steal a spaceship, come to Earth, capture some humans, and prove how unintelligent humans really are. The movie is about his fight to destroy all humans and gathering the resources needed to get to Earth, trap a human, and not get caught by his own species. We'll find out that the spaceship that came back for him at the end of the original film wasn't the one that left him, but was their equivalent of the police taking E.T. away to prison.
Oh.
Okay, Jay Shaw says, we have seen E.T.'s race of alien in the prequels of Star Wars, so E.T. was using the Force when he was on Earth. Yeah, it's going all Star Wars, this one.
Yeah.
So our sequel starts with an older E.T. who has a son. He becomes a fully realised Jedi, but a secret one. It's going to be a Star Wars spin-off story that no one wanted and no one asked for. Son of E.T. goes to Earth to binge-watch the Star Wars histories and learn about what will happen in his timeline's future. George Lucas, it turns out, was dragged into a Force projection of original E.T., which gave him all his ideas for his E.T. and Star Wars movies as he Force-started about the other galaxy a long, long time ago. Son of E.T. comes back, and although he cannot change all of history, he does realign some major events that would have turned into major Sith victories. It'll be like the Bourne film with Jeremy Renner, which ran parallel to the real story and be equally unloved.
I know I promised these would be one-liners. I hadn't looked at Harry's list, I'm sorry.
Okay, so Stephen Morgan, his ideas is, E.T. comes back to Earth 100 or so years later looking for Elliot, not knowing the lifespan of humans. He finds Elliot's great-grandson or great-granddaughter, who knows, but E.T. is only a family legend, just a story their crazy great-grandfather told. The child takes E.T. to Elliot's grave. You have a sad scene where E.T. says, "Elliot," and points his glowing finger to the grave. As they walk away from the grave, flowers start to bloom over it.
And then a hand appears.
Yeah, I was hoping for a hand appearance.
Yeah,
He didn't go that direction, but
Damn
my
it.
God. To have E.T. in some kind of zombie movie? I like that.
ET2 Pet Cemetery. I like it,
Yeah. Okay, the last one I've got is from Phil Better. That's a guy's real name, all right?
I don't think it's his baptismal name, but whatever.
Feel better.
I certainly do.
He does a great podcast called The Phil Better Show. You should all check it out. So, Phil Better says, the year is 2019. Elliot is older now and misses his buddy E.T. He hasn't moved out of that same house of fear that E.T. will return and not be able to find him. He loses his friends and family since he's so concentrated on finding his buddy. Then one night, he hears a familiar sound by his garbage. He rushes out and finds that there are a dozen ETs surrounding his garbage. He's so happy until he notices that they don't look friendly. They kidnap him and bring him back to their homeworld, where he found out that E.T. was actually the crown prince, and due to him helping Elliot, took on a human lifespan, and he's now dying. So Elliot sacrifices himself to give back his life source to E.T. and dies in the arms of his only friend.
That sounds bleak as fuck.
Why would you end on that one?
Well, you can thank Phil Better for that.
And all the time,
Phil Better just made me feel worse.
beautiful score in the background.
All right. I have some much shorter ones, you'll be happy to know.
Brilliant.
So, Spencer Kopp said ET2 Judgment Day.
Yeah, that's a good one, yeah.
Mike Carey suggested make a franchise, and the third film can be called Free T.
Free T.
Free T, yeah.
E2, 3T.
John Kilvalesky said ET Text Home.
It's
nice.
It's
More
much
modern.
quicker. Technically, he did.
Yeah. Mike Carey said Glee Tea, in which Elliot and E.T. need to lead their high school glee club to a victory at sectionals to save their school from foreclosure.
Okay.
And finally, Daniel Tickner said E.T. a Star Wars story, which I think we've covered.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Do we have any live sequel pitches in the room? Has anyone prepared anything that they'd like to read out? Martin, come on up. And Ross. And
You want a mic?
Come on.
Form an orderly queue. Come on up.
Oh, wow.
Oh, do you have one?
That's not how queues work, but sure.
Join the queue.
He's got a long.
Right, Martin's got notes, so Martin definitely gets to go first.
So this takes place straight after the original. E.T.'s ship is stopped outside Earth's atmosphere by Agent J from Men in Black, played by Will Smith.
Okay.
J tells E.T. he needs him for a mission on Earth, and the other E.T.s agree to let him go. The other recruits for this mission are the aliens from Batteries Not Included, Laliari, one of the Fermions from Galaxy Quest, with Missy Pyle reprising her role, a portable version of Hal from 2001: A Space Odyssey, and the Raven from It's a Wonderful Life.
This is like a Beyond the Box Set greatest hits. I'm loving it.
Yes,
We've done all of these movies.
That's exactly what I was going for.
Thank you, Martin.
Because obviously, if you've seen It's a Wonderful Life, the Raven is obviously an alien.
Yes.
What else is it doing? Why is it just hanging around a bank?
Fair point.
So if you haven't seen it, see it. I love it. The Raven is going to be voiced by George Clooney.
It's a sexy Raven, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm going for. And their mission is to stop the combined forces of the Martians from Mars Attacks and the aliens from Independence Day.
That sounds fantastic. That is so many franchises brought into.
I'm sure Steven Spielberg tried to do that with Player.
I was going to say that sounds like the Ready Player One of like
which is a film I'd like to see but haven't seen it yet.
It's basically as many references as you fit into that as they could fit into that as well.
And basically I have two possible titles which are both completely original.
Okay.
One was E.T. Self-Destruction Squad.
Nice.
Oh.
And the other was The Extraordinary League of Aliens.
Very nice. Very nice.
Both solid.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Martin. That's a fantastic idea. Who wants to go next? Ross, you're standing up.
Okay, I was inspired by you two on the fast one, so I've come up with one of those, and then I'll do my proper one that I had planned.
Nice.
It's a biopic of the director of Wilder People and Ragnarok. It's Taika Waititi.
Nice.
Wow.
Thanks.
Very good. Very good.
Very good. That's classic Ross.
I like it.
We like
Wordplay.
Wordplay.
Okay, so my real one is E.T. Invasion. I also considered ETA, as in Extraterrestrial Assault, but
Estimated time of arrival.
Yeah, exactly.
To be fair.
You tell me which is the best title, but the idea is that E.T. was always a scout for an invading army, and in this second film we see the army invade and win horribly, because as we know from E.T., he has psychic powers to puppet human beings, so he makes our warriors just shoot themselves in the head. He can heal people, so E.T.'s race presumably can just bring their dead soldiers back to life. Telekinetic powers, so, just steal our guns like Magneto from X-Men and have our guys shot to death. Basically, we don't stand a chance against the incredibly powerful, massively technological advanced force. And then I had a sort of... I was going for a choose-your-own-adventure ending, actually. Ending
Well, we have burned that bridge, so...
Can I ask people what they prefer? Ending A, humanity loses because it makes the most sense, or ending B, a scientist works out how to win, and then it's a happy ending. Which do we prefer?
Hey, wipe us out.
We're tired of
Yeah, that's my favourite ending too, so yeah, that's it. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Ross. Round of applause for Ross. Well done, Ross.
Surely you would just be able to outrun E.T. He's a
fast little fucker.
Yeah, but you could kick him hard enough, right? Like, he just...
Yeah. We showed the clip. He's like, yeah.
Well, no, I mean, if you got him out in the open rather than just in like a forest somewhere, then you're trying to find him in the dark. Yeah. Like if he's just running around, he looks like one of those things that when you're a kid, you can hit them and they kind of go down and they go back up again, and they go down and go back up again. He's got that kind of base level to him that if you hit him hard enough, he just fling right back.
That was a chilling insight into your childhood, but
yeah,
sure.
I know, I got angry.
Mark, did you have something you wanted to share? Woo!
You had a lovely middle-class childhood. What are you saying? Okay, I've only really got the bones of a story here.
That's cool.
It's okay. It's fine.
So we will start off with Elliot meeting E.T. again, and then E.T. telling him he can go on the ship and they're going to go away. And you'll see a vision of Elliot with lots of lights flashing as they're going through space. But then what will happen is then his eyes will open, so a doctor will be shining lights in his eyes.
In Elliot's eyes?
Yeah. And it'll turn out that E.T. was just a figment of his imagination that he created because obviously his father left.
It was all a dream.
And so the time when obviously he felt like E.T. had died, and that was him, he actually slipped into a coma.
Elliot was in a coma?
Yeah, so this is...
I love this. I'm loving this.
So this is the first time that he'll be coming round, and of course they won't really know what's been going on in the imagination in his head.
Mm-hmm.
He'll talk about what happened, and they'll obviously explain that that's not the situation. And
it was like that film Jacob's Ladder. It was all just like a fantasy before Elliot died.
But like I say, it's only the bones of it, but ultimately he'll choose to go back into the imaginary world.
Wow.
Like kind of like Life on Mars, Ashes to Ashes kind of stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like
no, not question your originality.
No. But like, it's kind of like trying to decide whether or not the like this land that has been in his head that he.
The reality of the real world is
definitely not worth it. I'd rather live.
I'd like that because I do genuinely think that this whole film was a childish fantasy based on Elliot being dumped by his father. So yeah.
The only thing I was thinking about with the original film is, why didn't they just come back for him? Why did he have to call home? They didn't notice he was missing?
No,
I just think they didn't care.
They did notice he was missing because they left him. They were waiting on the side of the ship, like trying to wait for him, going, E.T. he's still late again. He's like, they're sending out the glowing signals and everything, and then he goes, and they go, well, we'll just leave without him instead. Like that's like probably they do this on every planet they come across. It's like, bloody E.T.'s lost again.
If he rings, we'll get him.
Yeah, if he rings.
Just calling customer services, basically. Like, I'm still here.
He's ringing a taxi.
Yeah, it was an Uber. Yeah.
Amber cars, like.
But yeah, thank you, Mark. Thank you, Mark. Round of applause for that. Louise, did you have one?
Yeah.
Come on.
My idea has already been touched upon a couple of times because we've mentioned the fact that Stranger Things is really obviously ripping it off. So my idea was called E.T. Bitch Stole My Look. So summer's passed, they're going back to school, Elliot and little Gertie, maybe she started at this point, and they're in the corridor talking about E.T., thinking because like obviously no one's going to believe that this is real, that they could just talk about it in the open, and then like somebody slams this like locker room door and is like, what? And there's like this whole moment where it's like, you have a friend that's got like telekinetic powers over the summer? This can't possibly be. No. Anyway, goes on like that. E.T. meets Elle and is like, whips her wig off and is like, that's mine. It's like an effervescent teen comedy, so not a lot happens, but just like a load of like hilarity ensues, and yeah, that's it.
Are you suggesting that E.T. is a love interest for Elle from Stranger Things?
No, certainly not. He's like, bitch, throw her look. He's
I
like,
see. Oh, they're more like
I'm more telekinetic than you. I am.
Oh,
so it's like Mean Girls.
Yeah. Sure.
Like,
Sorry, that's what I meant by effervescent teen comedy.
It's Mean Girls, and the two factioning girls are E.T. and Elle.
Yeah, sure. And then they both got their own backup crews, of course.
Yeah, of course. They've both groups have like at least one character with huge headphones that always, and kind of a buck tooth. Kind of like,
absolutely.
I like it. Very good. Thank you, Louise. Round of applause for Louise.
Thank you.
Woo!
I think there was one more.
One more.
I think it was one more.
Oh, sorry. Yes, go ahead. Please come on.
So my idea is LGBT.
Love it. Sold.
And E.T. basically in the wardrobe got a taste for being in the closet, wearing women's clothing. He had his wig on, so he goes to Kansas City, goes to see guys who maybe feel a little bit bad about themselves and helps them to see their true beauty.
Nice, thank you, Josie.
Thank you, Josie.
Queer eye for the little guy from space.
Oh, what an amazing idea to finish on.
Woo! Yeah, fantastic. Okay.
Okay, now it's time to wrap up, I guess. So thank you everybody for coming and
thank you so much
and supporting us through our 100th episode, which has been crazy. Some have
thanks
been
to you.
towards. Yeah,
Bit of healthy mix of support and
thank
abuse,
you.
but we appreciate it all.
And thank you to the Chemic Tavern as well for hosting this event.
Yes,
so
thanks. Yeah, if this is your first time here, come back. This is a fabulous venue. We host quiz nights. Well, the Chemic Harry hosts a quiz night every Monday evening from 8 p.m. till 10 p.m. And we together host a quiz night on the last Sunday of every month. On Sunday, the 27th of January, we're going to host a Simpsons quiz. The cash prize is 50 quid. So it's well worth coming down. It's a good old laugh. This pub is a fabulous venue. If you live in the area, come here all the time. Spend your money, get drunk. Be nice to the staff.
The postcode.
And can we get a round of applause?
Celebrities from Beyond the Box that are all with you.
Indeed, yeah. You can meet your favourite celebrities. Now of them are listening, but should you have a round of applause for the staff of the Chemic Tavern for hosting us tonight?
That's Kit and Anna!
Kit and Anna! Anna and Kit, can you hear us? No, they're busy. Yeah, well, there you go. Anyway, continue.
Yeah, they can hear it if they decide to listen to this afterwards.
Which I'm sure they will.
Obviously.
Yes, so thank you to you two, Kenrick and Miller.
Kenrick and Miller, thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for having us on. It was absolutely
nice time.
I've had a brilliant time. It's been out of this world.
Yeah.
Had a nice
thank you
time,
to everyone who, again, all of you turned up. You guys are the difference between a performance and an affliction, so thank you.
And before me and John start plugging our own show with links and stuff, do you guys have somewhere that people can find you online? Or?
We're on Facebook. We have a regular little comedy night that we do in Hyde Park. Alternative comedy. It's downstairs. We're going to be on the 10th on the 10th of February.
Are we trying to do
this at the same time?
You're doing so well now.
Okay. No. We can do this. So we have a show on the 10th of February in East Village Bar in Hyde Park. The headliner is Sean Morley, who is very funny
man.
Yeah, well done for getting through that.
That was disturbing.
Hive mind. It's almost as if it wasn't practiced. Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so we're Beyond the Box Set. You can find us on like Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, everything. Just search for Beyond the Box Set. And on my t-shirt, of course. We have merch available at tpublic.com/beyondtheboxset. Our podcast, I've got a little presentation going there. I don't know why, really.
It's nice. It's really nice.
We are available on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, all kinds of other places.
I don't know what any of these symbols are.
Wherever you like to listen to a podcast, you can find us there.
Or just go to beyondtheboxset.com or Facebook and Twitter, just search at Beyond the Box Set.
Yes, and we're also available on patreon.com. I'm not going to talk about it too much, but thank you firstly to our patron supporters, Mark and Louise.
Woohoo! Round of applause.
People who support us financially every month, we really, really appreciate it. And when? And thank you.
I'm giving myself away.
Thank you to all our patron supporters who couldn't be here tonight, but we know you're wishing us well.
Yeah.
And is that about it?
I think so. Did you have next week's show?
Yeah. So next week on Beyond the Box Set,
not live, just you know.
So all the patron supporters have done a little vote online as to what we should do next week, and you guys are going to decide from the top 5. It looks like it's a bit of a draw. So we've got The Martian, The Sound of Music, Spirited Away, About Time, and Groundhog Day.
Ooh, Groundhog Day.
Ooh,
Groundhog Day. Spirited Away is good.
Any other passions? Are we doing Spirited Away then? That sounds like a good vote.
Wait. We should do like a hand. Okay, so if you think that next week's episode should be dedicated to The Martian, raise your hand. Burn on The Martian. Sure. No. If you think we should do The Sound of Music, raise your hand. We have 1, 2 for The Sound of Music. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5.
5 for The Sound of Music.
Yep.
If you think we should do Spirited Away.
We got 1,
we
2.
have 2. Ross is there. 3. 4. So Sound of Music's still winning, I guess. About Time.
Nobody.
I actually wanted that.
Groundhog Day.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah.
2 for Groundhog Day. We will get to it at some point. I don't know.
Okay, so I guess we're doing Sound of Music.
Yes, thanks me.
Oh my goodness.
Well, that'll be fun, won't it?
Quite an episode. yeah, funny. We will get. We will get to all of those at some point, but for now it's going to be The Sound of Music. So well done, Louise.
You won by sheer force of will.
Yeah.
So join us next week. Not live, but if you're on the show, you know, for The Sound of Music
on iTunes and Stitcher and wherever you like to listen to our podcast. Cool. And without further ado, that's the end of the show.
Good night. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
We got there in the end. It's not quite 12.
We made it.
What time is it?
Let's see, Alex. What do you think of Jaws, which is at 97% Rotten Tomatoes?
I find it to be anti-shark propaganda. What do you feel about the Entourage movie, which is at a meager 33%?
I think they finally got Hollywood right. How about It Follows, 97%?
Worse than your parents giving you the sex is evil talk. How do you feel about Juno, which is at 94%?
That would be a movie that celebrates a teenage homewrecker. How about Bewitched at 25%?
Best television adaptation ever put to film. How do you feel about American Hustle at a towering 93%?
Overwrought awards bait. Righteous Kill, 19%.
The movie that Michael Mann wishes he had made when he created Heat.
Sounds about right. I'm Julio.
I'm Alex, and we are the Contrarians.
As you can tell, our thing is that we rage against the Rotten Tomatoes machine.
Regardless of what we really feel.
Find us on Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Stitcher, TuneIn,
Facebook, Twitter, we're everywhere.